Hello, beautiful people. Wolfman Dan here. Well, I did it again. In an effort to cover another Steam Game Festival, I burned myself out by playing over 60 demos. Steam showcased a bunch of new games that piqued my interest, and I decided to take a look again. I suggest checking out my previous 2 vids on the other showcase, as a lot of those gems have still not been released, and I did not bother to replay them again. So you know the drill, or if not, let me explain. I'm splitting it into 2 vids, only talking about 10 each. I would have liked to talk about all the games, but some just boil down to, it's another truck game. A bad Borderlands ripoff. I literally don't even know how to describe this one. And a Mythbusters game so bad I wanted to burn my PC. How much bullshit do I have to go through just to saw wood? While I know I'm missing a bunch of good games, I did not have enough time to try all of them. And sleep is limited as it is. But let me know in the comments if you've tried out any of the demos, and which ones you like that I might have missed. Apologies done? Let's get started with the first 10. Here we go. A throwback shooter with retro-inspired visuals. Anna Vespa. Set in a world of brown, dread, and all kinds of horrific scientific missteps. Namely enemies ranging from classic soldiers, flying heads, giant spiders, and horses with gas masks. What? But luckily, the demo provides you with the standard weapons to deal with them. The machine gun feels good and effective. Once you pick up the shotgun, most enemies fall down easy enough. It's a good workhorse weapon. There's also a grenade button which really helps you get out of some situations, even if you have terrible aim. And you're gonna need it. The demo throws everything at you, which is a slight complaint since I don't know if the demo just revealed all the enemies. But playing on hard mode provides a nice challenge, as you manage your ammo while also keeping the horde away. It really provided me with a fun time. While the visuals might be off-putting to some, it gave me heavy Chasm the Rift vibes, a game I used to replay the demo of constantly as a child. Throwback shooters are growing in popularity, and it's good to know the genre has so much more room for more voices. I look forward to the final release, and will definitely give it a first day playthrough. I'm not much for visual novels. Those games really need a hook to catch me. And since I haven't had a canine companion in many years, Best Friends Forever caught my eye. Prepare your move to Rainbow Bay, probably the most utopian society in the world since its entire infrastructure is built around appeasing our wolf overlords. Meet a bunch of interesting people, and then date them, because why not? You're young, you're single, go find some love. The demo has you start by choosing your dog, and honestly, why wouldn't you choose the Shiba? Look at its fat face. Owning a dog comes with a lot of responsibilities, as you have to take care of them and see to their needs, which is luckily broken down into choosing weekly activities. These all affect their stats and will help to grow your perfect friend. Also during conversations, they will sometimes require special attention, whether it is reassuring them or picking up their poops. And trust me, no matter where you are, the poops will happen. As for the actual dating aspect of the game, the dialogue is good and everyone is very likable. There are more than enough options catering to multiple playthroughs. Only things I question are whether growing your dog's stats will affect your relationships later on, since it had no effect in the demo. Also, the dialogue can have a little too much pop culture reference. Everyone seems to have a quick quip, even if the situation does not call for it, but I know some people enjoy that. If you're looking for a fun dating sim with some added management aspects and keeping your pup happy, then I recommend keeping an eye on Best Friends Forever. If there's one game no one ever talks about anymore, it's GTA 2. Before innovating gaming forever with the 3rd entry, we had GTA 2. That was a lot of fun. But Rustler remembers, and boy do I appreciate it for wanting to bring back those wild times. If I said GTA Medieval Times was something I wanted, then I would have rightfully been called a liar. But I didn't even know it was an option. Sure, it's almost a complete palette swap of old school GTA, but it has enough added to make it a unique experience. Cars are replaced with horses, carts. Guns are now crossbows and swords, which adds a little more depth with combat, having you able to block. The mission structure is also very reminiscent of GTA in the sense that so far it has been go there, do things, get paid while unlocking various side missions to increase their cash flow. Even the quest complete sound is very similar, but that removes some value since it has been memed to death over the years. There better not be a CJ get to the train style mission. I'm just saying, memes, they kill jokes. With the top-down view, the controls for the horses can be a little difficult in towns. Glad to see the old school GTA get some love, and this is definitely one to look out for. Also, Did I mention that radios have been substituted with bards that you can hire? They even have different stations. That alone is enough to recommend the game. From stealing horses to stealing my heart, Cake Bash is the cutest party game I might have ever seen, and it's pretty vicious too. Choose your confection and take part in various mini-games to be the best muffin around. The demo had limited levels and modes, but they were a lot of fun. Sweet Victory has you trying to stick the most amount of sweeties to your body while beating the ever-loving sugar out of each other. I feel bad for saying sweeties, I don't know why. Weapons are dropped during games consisting of lollipops, spoons, and even explosive chocolate balls. Watch out! The first thing I noticed were the controls feeling responsive and melee attacks registering well. Fruity Pie is just throwing stuff into a ball to get points. Prepare to fight each other for the coveted golden candy. The levels have plenty of obstacles as well, my favorite being the patio when the pigeon shows up to chase you around, or flies over dropping poop for everyone to get stuck in. It's just fun, colorful, and a lively party game that I can see having a crazy time with friends. The game also has fun minigames with Fork Knife, having you try to avoid knives on a shrinking cake and be the last confection standing. Finally, Campfire is about roasting some marshmallows outside. Aren't marshmallows the limbs of... Oh no. If you have any friends and want to play a fun little party game that has solid controls and lovely visuals, then skip Party Animals. Instead, check out Cake Bash. It's sure to be a treat. After surviving the night, you spend your waking hours traveling to various places, meeting new people and building friendships to unlock new powers for the dreaming world. The combat is a highlight as it feels responsive and snappy when you beat up enemies with a good mix of close and ranged combat. Along with that, you also have equipable special moves that further deepen the moveset by providing lucid powers that help you take down enemies faster. I really enjoyed the combat. Mixing combos with powers and juggling enemies against the environment was a lot of fun. The dungeons require you to move from room to room, picking up equipment, blowing up stone formations to open doors, or to find hidden stashes. There are also some tile puzzles that take some time but are quite rewarding. Exploration is helped by calming music and colorful visuals. There are moments where I just got lost in the wavy flows of the character's scarf. It's just relaxing. The demo ends with a fantastic boss battle that goes through multiple phases of attack, from shooting projectiles to jumping up from below. Also, that music. Dreamscaper has all the elements of a solid roguelike, along with beautiful visuals and fluid combat. Looking forward to spending hours in this dream realm. Strategy games used to be such a staple back in the day. Couldn't go 5 feet without hitting one. Riftbreaker is like the ones of old, but also something different. Take control of a mech as you explore new worlds and utterly destroy their fauna. Use this destruction to help mine for more minerals, kill local wildlife, and move on. Ignoring the moral questions, Riftbreaker is a lot of fun. The combination of top-down shooter combat and base management brings something unique to the table. The elements are not too complex on their own, but combined, make up a fun time. Draw for minerals, make a base, create power plants, and connect everything with nodes. This all serves to build up enough minerals to upgrade your mech and build defenses for when the planet eventually gets pissed, and trust me, it gets super pissed. You're going to be fighting a lot of monsters. It's all very intuitive, and the tutorial will teach you everything you need to know, while giving you enough options to blow up some space bugs. While the RTS genre lately has been a bit dead, I hope fans will be able to enjoy this, and even some non-fans, as the mech combat is fast-paced and will have you blowing up enemy nests in no time. Saying I was blown away by this is an understatement. Smash clones are everywhere, but they usually only feel about half-baked. Droll Man Rumble says fuck that. We're giving you a AAA product, a ton of characters, unlockable drills, a fully fledged arcade mode called Drill Mountain with a lot of unique enemies that have their own patterns, clever AI, and boss battles. Not even close to done, also giving a bunch of fun multiplayer modes, and that's without even talking about the actual combat. It even has loot boxes. Okay, not a fan of that one. Every character has a special skill that makes them unique, and learning those are important to winning matches. Fights are also helped by using different draw setups, that combined with the skills allow different ways to play each character. The catch of combat is that drills are one-hit kill. There are exceptions like when two drills collide and one character has a revive. The arena is also littered with environmental elements like springs or teleporters. And you can pick up upgrades for the drill like ranged attacks. Did I mention it even has vehicles? My point is, this game has a lot. I could go into a lot of detail about the combat, but just know it's packed. And it feels incredibly solid and well thought out. Don't Be Afraid is a surreal, gory horror game that actually got me a few times. Now we can argue that Steam has too many horror games, and most of them take the PT route lately. It has all the cliche elements of the genre: dolls, mannequins, creepy people wearing masks, and even more that I won't go into detail with. It's like the greatest hits version of horror gaming. Could almost call this a definitive B-movie horror game. One thing I was not a big fan of was the grain filter. I know the effect is used to obscure visuals and make certain elements more terrifying, but it is used far too excessively here. Puzzles are great and require very little exploration, which highlights the stock standard soundscapes of creaking floors and weird moans. I realize I'm making this game sound standard because it kind of is, but sometimes that's good. But I can see people really enjoying it, and even overreacting streamers freaking out during some of the scarier moments. What's here is not mind-blowing or original, but solid enough that I recommend checking out the full release. Grab some soda, dim the lights, and just, kind of enjoy the ride. Christails fills the standard tropes of a young, good-hearted character being thrust into a scenario to save her hometown from rampaging goblins. Good voice acting and visuals carry that story well though. I mean, one of your companions is a gentleman frog. He has my vote. Combat is a highlight as it's mostly standard turn-based combat, with attacks, abilities, and item use. It's very similar to Mario RPG games where you press the attack at the right moment to increase damage, or defend at the right time to lessen the damage received. The element that sets the game apart here is the time manipulation. Christails can move enemies back and forward in time. For example, goblins can be made younger to have more health but less attack, or forward to have less health but a higher magic attack as they have grown wiser. Certain effects can also be put on enemies in the present, and then they can be pushed forward into time so the effect is stronger. This is shown with the boss where you use water to rust their shield. The time manipulation power can also be used outside combat too, by getting items or information from the past to influence the present. It's a fun element, but nothing overtly unique. My biggest fear is that the demo showcases all it has to offer. I hope the combat opens up even more, and the puzzles get more daunting over time. I mean, it would be a shame if this is basically what the whole game is. We'll have to wait for the full release though. Lastly, we have what is probably the most stylish first-person game I have played. Ghostrunner has you play a cybernetic ninja running along the walls, jumping from hooks and slicing fools into pieces. Just run from one area to the next and kill people to move on. The reason the game is such a pleasure to play is the control movement. It's intuitive and incredibly fluid. In literal seconds, you will get used to running on walls and dodging enemy bullets, which is a must since you get killed in one shot. This means a mixture of quick thinking and studying the environment is the best method of approach. You have a dodge ability which slows down time and allows you to strafe around bullets in order to get close enough for kills. All of these add up to create one of the most smoothest first-person platformers since Mirror's Edge, and one I'm keeping my eyes squarely bolted on. So there we go, 10 more demos to talk about. All of them really good. Unfortunately I missed some, I know. You might be asking, where's Gloomwood and Ultra Kill? It's coming, it's just a different video, just leave me alone. But if you enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. And check out some of my past videos about the other demos. There's a few games there I didn't talk about here which I suggest you take a look at. Bye bye.